So, what is SAP? SAP is Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. It's a ERP package. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Basically, any ERP package, whether it is SAP or Oracle or anything, it talks about how the 4Ms can be used. 4Ms means money, machinery, manpower, and material. How those four things can be used to and establish a successful business. Okay, to establish and run a successful business, how these four things can be used will be configured or customized in SAP. Okay, that is about the introduction. And if you look at the basic thing in SAP is it's not that much programming oriented. It is configuration and customization oriented. And the data in SAP will be stored in tables and fields. Whatever you entered in SAP, it will be stored. It will be stored in tables and fields. When it comes to the SAP versions, the current version, many of the companies, many of the clients who have implemented SAP are currently they are into ECC. They are into ECC. And there are in ECC, they have upgrades. ECC version started from 3 because SAP is a product which was born in the year of 1975. Before all of us born itself, SAP was born. And these are the some of the versions. And the current version in ECC is 6 version. And it have enhancement packages, CHPs. The latest enhancement package that has come in, that has commenced is 8, EHP 8. Where can you look at that all those details is if you open, this is called as GUI, graphical user interface. If you open GUI, here the different servers are connected. For example, this is the ECC system. If you go here, you will be finding welcome to the IDs. Generally for practice purpose, we will be using ID server. Okay, it is the ECC 6 version and it is the EHP of EHP 7. The next one 8 to EHP is there. Okay, this is the older version of SAP ECCs. The current version of SAP is S4HANA. We will come to that. We'll come to the discussion little later. Okay, and there are multiple ERPs like these are the some of the ERPs. For example, Blue Yonder is there, which is in nowadays supply chain management. As when the D2 direct to customer concept has come, SCM has become active. Okay, if you are since all of you are young, you might not be knowing it. Whatever, if you are ordering something in e-commerce, who's the can you tell me who is doing the delivery? Which parcel service or courier service is doing the delivery? Whatever we are seeing now, Blue Dart and all, they are born very recently. That business was not there as earlier. Okay, that courier business was there, was introduced sometime in India sometime in 1990 kind of thing. At the time, we have Professional Courier and DTDC Courier. Those are the two companies which used to collect the customer individual parcels or individual covers and send it to the recipient places. Okay, later on, when the direct to customer concept has come, many of the shipping companies, courier companies have come, and that business is in limelight. Blue Yonder is one of the player which is there in that business supply chain. They are very strong, and JD Edwards is in packing and procurement business. These are some of the CRM companies. Okay, the advantages of SAP is it got its presence across. More than 80% of the companies who have implemented ERP, they have implemented SAP. The market share of SAP in ERP industry is more than 80%. The advantages of SAP is it have a tight integration between different departments of the company. Okay, how it is integrated is to tell you the perspective. For example, can someone voluntarily name some of the product that you are using it, daily needs you are using it, anything is fine. Can someone unmute and talk about the product that you are using it? Let us take the example of Lux soap, which is produced by Hindustan Unilever, which all of us will be using on our daily lives. Okay, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
As a layman, as a lay customer, if you want to buy the Lux soap, what are the sources that you are having to buy? Since all of you are from Telugu, let me put it in Telugu. All of you are from AP and Telugu, let me put it in Telugu. మీరు సోప్ కొనాలంటే ఎక్కడ కొనగలుగుతారు? What are the places that the soap is available? Is it available
Sir,
in the
we can.
retail stores which are nearer to your home? Is it available
Yes,
or not?
yes.
If
Retail
you are
stores.
if you are in bigger place, you will be getting it in wholesale stores. Okay, and you are getting in malls like Geo, Reliance, Retail, or Spencer's, or whatever, Metro, Flipkart, wholesale. Wherever you go, you will be getting it. Malls, you are getting it. Okay, these are the places you are getting the stocks. And another channel is nowadays e-commerce. You no need to go out. You will be getting the stocks from e-commerce, isn't it? These are the places where you will buy the product. Okay. For example, the Lux soap for Hindustan Unilever, if the manufacturing facility is in Mumbai, does this retail store fellow will go to Mumbai and purchase from Mumbai? Does this wholesale store fellow will go and purchase it from Mumbai factory? No, no.
No, not at all.
So how the process will happen? The process will happen. They have not only Hindustan Lever, for that matter, most of the FMCG companies in India have three kinds of channels. One is this retail stores. The retail stores will be supplied by distributors. Okay, and the wholesale stores also will be supplied by distributors. And for malls, certain again in the bigger whole supermarkets and malls, there will be two kinds of things. One is standalone supermarkets, another one is the chain supermarkets. For chain supermarkets, there will be a central purchase. They will purchase it centrally, and they will directly buy from the manufacturing unit or any of the warehouses that the company is having, and from their company they will be distributing. That is one model. And another model is they may be assigned the nearby distributors to buy the product also. Okay. For example, this is how the product comes from the manufacturing facility, which is in Mumbai, to the customer premises. Okay. The stocks will come from Mumbai to the even these distributors also will not be supplied from Mumbai. There is a concept called CFA, carry forward agent. Okay. The carry forward agent will not invest money on the stocks. Just he will keep the stocks and he will provide the transportation facility to the company. For that, he will be getting some margin. Okay. It's basically they handles the logistics. We can call it as logistic partner. CFA is nothing but logistic partner. He will not invest money on stocks and all. He is a logistic partner. HUL the logistic partner will be there based on the, will be there in the strategy locations, the locations where the road connectivity is good, rail connectivity is good. Since it is a domestic supply, they will be taking those strategic locations, and the strategic locations, they will be having the CFAs. For example, for AP and Telangana, the strategic location is Hyderabad because it is connected to Rayalaseema, it is connected to all the places in AP. Okay. For Tamil Nadu, it is Chennai. For Karnataka, it will be something like Bangalore. For even for Kerala, also some people will be supplying from Chennai, or some people will be having their warehousing facilities at Coimbatore and supply from there. It all depends on company to company. Okay, the product which is produced in Mumbai is coming to CFA, and from there it is coming to distributor. From this, it is coming to wholesaler. From wholesaler, as a end customer, we are buying it. Okay, as a consumer, we are buying it from any of these facilities, any of these traders, whether it's a wholesale trader or retail trader. we are buying it. For example, a distributor of Hindustan Lever placed for 1,000 cases of soaps. He placed an order for 1,000 cases of soaps. How the system in SAP integrates is, first, the system will check whether this 1,000 cases is available or not. System check availability of the material. If yes, if the material is available, then system will send the information logistics for transportation planning. Okay. If this material is not available, then what system should do? In general, forget about SAP. In general, what should we do? When the customer is
It will
placed
show
the
how
order
much
for,
is available.
okay, if nothing is available, then what system should do? What we should do? Forget about SAP. What we should do? Then the message should go to the production department. My dear production manager, there is a order for 1,000 cases of product from XYZ location and for ABC customer. Okay, the material is not available. The material, you should produce the product. Okay, if stock is not available, then alert should go to production planning department. This process in this production planning department, the alerting the production planning department in SAP is called as MRP. MRP is not maximum retail price. MRP is material requirements and planning. Okay, through a process called MRP. So the production and sales is integrated or not? Integrated, na? This is what SAP will do. To produce the soap for production production planning department, to produce the soap, they require the raw material, na? They require edible oils, they require solvent oils, they require some sandalwood or something. Okay, many fragrances required. These are the raw materials. To produce this one, all those raw materials are required. If the raw material is available, then the production will take place. If the raw material is not available, then again, what we should do? I want interactive session. If the raw material is not available, then what we should do?
It will go to procurement department.
Yes, exactly.
Message should go.
The raw material is not available, then alert should go to S&P, sourcing and procurement department. Okay. In SAP, this is called as creating PR. The sourcing and the PR will be created. Based on the PR, purchase order will be created. Purchase order will be sent to vendor. Vendor will check his raw material availability and he will revert with the delivery dates. Based on the delivery dates, the PP team again plans for the production. Okay, and based on that production planning dates, the order will be confirmed. For example, what is today's date? Today's date is 31st August. Okay. If the stock is not available for production, let us assume that for production, quality check and all those things, it takes 5 days. Okay. For raw material availability, it takes 3 days. If the raw material is not available, it takes 3 days. By considering all these things, we will be confirming the customer when the product will be available. Also, it will be confirmed on the spot, as and when the customer places the order itself, whether the material is available or not, by what date we can deliver also will be confirmed to the customer. Here, which are the departments involved? Your sales and distribution is involved since the order is coming from the since order is coming from your distributor. Sales and distribution department is involved. If the product is available, then the raw material has to be the finished product has to be transported. So transportation department is involved, na?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? If the,
yes.
To procure, to normally the product will store it in the warehouse. To do the warehouse management activity, WM department, WM stroke AWM, extended warehouse management department is involved. Na?
Yes,
if the material is not available, then you are integrating with PP. If the production planning is produced, then you are integrating with quality management department to check. Okay. If the material is not, raw material is not available, then you are integrating your sourcing and procurement department, isn't it?
Yes.
To procure this raw material, if you are dependent on your own transportation, again, your transportation department is required. Here, the transportation department is required for inbound delivery to procure the raw material from the vendor and bring it to your premises. Here, the transportation department is required to ship the product to your customers from your place. So it is outbound delivery. Here, you are taking the stock out. Here, you are taking the stock in. Again, to store once the raw material is procured, to store the raw materials, again, you require the help of warehouse management or extended warehouse management department, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, the vendor has supplied you the stocks. The vendor needs to be paid, na? How much has to be paid? What is the payment? What are the payment methods? All those things to handle all that one, your FI department is required, na?
Yes.
Isn't it? To perform all these activities, manpower are required. For manpower, again HCMS or something, some HR department which is related. All these departments are required. All these things are even from the transportation management process to fine tune the supply chain planning, SCM also required. There are other modules also called as AP1L which are involved in this. There will be many departments whose coordination is required. All the functionalities of a business can be configured in SAP. The only ERP where all the functionalities, all the business requirements can be configured is SAP. Okay. Now there are other department called as yard logistics. There is a module called, you can search it in Google. There is a module called yard logistics. This come into the picture where, for example, there is a coal mine. All of us knows the coal mine is in Singareni. Coal mines are there in Adilabad area, are there in Khammam. Okay. Singareni coal mines are there in Godavarikani, Peddapalli, Mancherial, Ramagundam, all those places.
Yes, sir.
In Kottagudem, Sattupalli, Manugur, all those places we have Singareni collieries. For example, if we are implementing a SAP to Singareni collieries, let us assume that we are implementing SAP to Singareni collieries. There, the major thing is which is involved is the first one is production to go into the coal well and get the stock from that coal mine to the outside and transport it to the customer. That is the major thing. Okay, the transportation is the major thing. If you visit by chance, if you got a chance in your real life to visit any of those coal mines, you observe it. There will be thousands of trucks who are waiting.
Yes, sir.
Outside the coal mine. Okay. To handle that waiting period, to handle that because there can be thousands of trucks, but all thousands of trucks cannot go into the mine and get it loaded, isn't it? All 1,000 cannot go at a time. Okay. So in those kind of business, yard logistics will come into the picture. Okay, like that modules are there. These are some of the tip of the iceberg that I am talking about. Okay, there are many modules which are there. For example, for our daily travel purpose, for our individual travel, we are using our 2-wheelers and 4-wheelers, where as of now the 2-wheeler and 4-wheelers are running by oil. Okay. To handle the oil business, there is a module called IS oil. Okay. In SAP. To handle the retail business, there is a module called IS Retail. It is sub-module in SD. Many of the SD things are also known to IS Retail Consultant. There is a module called IS Banking. Okay, like that, many modules are there. If you take the typical consumer product, these are the modules which are involved. So all these modules are tightly integrated. All these modules are tightly integrated in SAP. That is the advantage with SAP. If a distributor is placed an order for 1,000 cases, the system has the capacity to check whether the material is available or not. If it is available, how much time will it take to transport it to the customer premises? Okay, how much time will it take to take out the material? How much time will it take to load the material? How much time will it take to transport the material? All that can be configured in SAP. And if the material is not available, the alert to production department within a span of seconds, the system can confirm the date. If the customer is placing an order on 31st of August, they will be able to deliver. For example, a customer who is residing in Srikakulam has placed an order for the company which is there in Hyderabad. Okay. Here it takes some 13 hours or 14 hours transportation. If we assume that it is like 1 day, the system, the stock is available, and if the loading can happen on the same day, loading can happen on the next day based on many things. If the stock is available also, the has to be loaded. Na?
Yes.
How much time will it take to load? The material has to be picked from the warehouse. How much time will it take to pick the material? All those details will be stored in SAP, and system has the capacity to calculate each and every duration of time and propose the delivery date to the customer. That you can see it during the sales order creation. You will be able to see it. Okay, system got that much of capacity. So these are some of the modules. Okay, and it has an example of proper integration is if you create a sales order, it will be updated in PP for metal requirement planning, in MM for raw metal procurement, and TM for freight arrangements, in finance for the final goal of an organization. Okay, this is about the ECC version. And when it comes to the recent version of the recent product is, nowadays everyone is, if any new company is implementing SAP, directly they are implementing in S4HANA. If anyone is using ECC, they are upgrading their product from ECC to S4HANA because of certain advantages which are there with S4HANA. The first version of S4HANA, the first version of S4HANA was released in the year 2015, and people started implementing S4HANA version starting from 1809. Okay, the current version, if you are a SD consultant, the current version that we are using is 2022, and the training will be happening under the S4HANA version 2022. Okay. The advantage with S4HANA is, even in ECC also it was there. There is a concept called theory. There is a concept called theory. How it will be helpful from the user perspective, as a consultant perspective, it may not make that much of difference. Theory and GUI, it may not make that much of difference. This is called as GUI. This is called as GUI. Okay. For example, there is a sales order. There is a sales order which has been created. It requires the finance head or head of sales approval. Okay. In ECC, when the theory was not there, the business will wait. If, for example, now it is the customer has created the order at 7 o'clock or 7:30 in the evening, the sales head has gone out of office, the finance head has gone out of office, they will not be able to access the system. Then we need to wait till tomorrow morning to get the order approved. Okay. Now with Fieri, the advantage is you can connect to any of the device that can be connected to the internet. You can connect to any of the devices that can be connected to the internet. It's a web-based thing. Fieri is a web-based thing. Let me log in into S4 and show it to the Fieri. Okay. It's a web-based application. You can connect to any of the browser which can be connected to the internet. You can log in into the browser and all your all your business related activities can be performed. And it has gone to the next level of you can use it, even you can open the same browser in your mobile, and it got some issue. Details. Check your internet connection cables. Firewall settings. Need to change some settings. I will let me do it in the Internet Explorer. No. Let me open it Microsoft Edge and let me go this link and put it here. It can be opened in any of the browser, and the user will be able to do approve the sales order or reject the sales order, whatever he wants. At the same time, there are free apps also which can be installed on your mobile, and some issue with the system settings. Okay, I will check it and get it corrected. You can see it later. Okay. Even by using the free app also, the user can approve or reject the sales order. Okay, that is the advantage with S4HANA. And when it comes to the architecture, as basically SAP, for that matter, any ERP operates with three-tier architecture. It is having a presentation layer, application layer, and a database layer. Presentation layer is something which is used by the users, and database layer is something where your data will be stored. In SAP, the data will be stored in tables and fields. Whatever you do it in your system, it will be stored in tables and fields. For example, if we want to know in this server how many customers have been created, there is a table called KNA1, which will give the customer master general data. If we want to find out how many customers have been created, see 153 customers have been created. If you want to know, you will be getting all these details. How it is happening? In a click, it is happening. How it is happening? Because your presentation layer is asking for the customer details, KNA1, how many customers have created. And your application layer, the program which is inside this KNA1 and this table, okay, this table will be running. If you look at this one, it will be running by using a program. Okay, this is the program. This program will run and extract all the details from the database layer and put it to the user reference. Okay, it will be having all the details. For example, if someone wants to find out the sales orders created in the server, the table for sales orders is VBAK. And if you try to find out the number of orders, 496 orders are there in the system. If you execute it, you will be getting all the details of the sales orders created on which date and created by whom, and all the details are there. What is the value and what is the order type, what is the sales organization, distribution channel, division, all these things we will be discussing one by one and you will be able to understand it. Like that, the data will be stored in tables and fields. Your presentation layer will present the data to the user, and your application layer will extract the data from the database layer and show it to the presentation layer. Okay, application layer acts as an intermediary between your database layer and application layer. That is what is written is. Okay, any company wants to take SAP license, the license will be purchased based on the number of users. For users, it costs something around 20,000 if I'm not wrong. Okay.
So, sir, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Can you go to the previous slide? Yeah, this is the pretty much layering structure for not only in SAP. If you take any Java folder, these are the types: presentation, application, and database. I would like to know what are the technologies that we are using for this presentation, application layer, and
Yeah, in
database.
HANA, there
What
is
are
a
the
that in HANA, SAP has developed their own database, HANA database, whereas in ECC, ECC we used to use Oracle and Java database.
Okay. How
SAP.
about the presentation and application layers?
What is your question?
No,
Technically,
like
see, we are functional people, technically not that much strong, and that's not required also. Okay, just for the
uh,
you tell the doubt. I will try to explain to the maximum extent that you ask the doubt.
uh,
What is your doubt?
uh, and what are the modules that we use in presentation and application layer? For application layer, I think that ABAP we use, right, for the coding.
Yes, yes. Okay. Technical things you are asking about. Yeah, we will come to that. There will be two type of consultant. One is the yeah, technical modules you are talking about. There will be ABAP guys who will be writing coding and all. Because of free user interface is there, there you will be having UI consultants also. These are the technical people. Okay. To maintain the security, they will be requiring the security team members. And for backup activity and other things, you will be requiring basis consultants also. Apart from that, there is GRC consultant. There are many other technical consultants who are there. Okay. Does it answer your question?
Yeah. So this comes under this application layer, and the functional module. Which tier does it fall under? The STMM finance.
Whatever you, yeah, it comes under application layer, and functional users will be fall under a presentation layer, and whatever we develop in the backend will be stored in database layer. For example,
Mhm.
who will create the sales order? The users will create the sales order. They will be using the presentation layer to create the sales order. For example, how these orders have come into the system. These orders have come because somebody else might have created by using the transaction code VA01. Since you are a technical person, it will be very easy for you to understand. If you look at the screen, how it has come. When I try to create the sales order, how the screen has come, because each and every transaction in SAP is run with the help of a program. This is the program name. To create the sales order, this is the program name which is used. This program is developed by SAP on its own. Okay.
Okay.
It's the standard program which is developed by SAP. Okay.
Mm.
And the user who is using the system will create the sales order.
Yeah.
Let me complete the whole thing, then you will be able to understand. See, am I given any of these details? I have given, what are the details that I have given? Let me come back again. What are the details that I given? I have given the sales order type. I have given the customer details. And system is asking for which sales area and other details. Am I given any of these details? Am I
No,
given any of these details?
no,
No,
it's
no.
preloaded. No.
No. If you go here, go to the partners. You are having sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer. If you go to the shipping tab, you will be finding shipping conditions, order completion. Okay. And if you go to the sales, you will be finding what is the document currency, what is the pricing procedure that we are using. Okay. If you go to the billing tab, you will be finding your Incoterms, payment terms, billing date, payment guarantee procedure, which company code, how all these things are coming.
Based
Okay.
on some.
Yeah. All these things will come here based on certain configurations done by functional consultant and based on certain custom developments done by functional consultant in coordination with technical people above guys. Okay. The standard configuration process is done by functional consultant alone. If the certain standard processes are not fit in the system, then the functional consultant will be working along with the developer to develop to make some changes. There is a provision which is given in the same screen. If you observe the same screen in the header data, if you find something, you can find something called additional data B, which the screen has kept as empty. Why the screen has kept as empty? These are the standard fields which will be used by many companies. All the companies, in all the companies, these are the most standard things which are used. For example, if someone wants to bring some other information into the sales order apart from the standard one, the provision has to be there. Na? The provision is given here. Then does the functional consultant, as SD consultant, can you bring the information here? Not possible because you don't know how to do it. Who will do it?
Yeah.
Developer can do. But developer don't know what is the business requirement. If the business wants certain information, which table has to be here, from which table it has to be bring. That will be done. That will be known to the functional consultant. So the functional consultant and the technical people will work together to do the custom developments. Okay.
Yeah, understand.
So, as since you are aware about the software things, any software product will be having three kinds of servers. One is your development server, and the other one is your quality server, and the third one is your production environment. These are the minimum things that will be there in any of the software development based on the company capacity. The SAP landscape, these are the red ones, the highlighted in the red ones are the must have. These are must have. Okay. And based on the financial capacity of the company, if your company can afford to have the sandbox, you will be having. If your company can afford to have pre-production, you can have it based on the financial capacity of the company. This is how the landscape looks like, and how the process will happen in this landscape. Whatever configurations and customization that you have to do, you will be developing the same thing in your development environment. Okay, development server or development environment. In real time, if you look at the landscape, in development environment, this is the one of the real-time landscape that we are using it. Can you read out what are the things that are written here? There is a golden client number 100. There is a golden client. If you look at the SAP screen, where the client is, where can you give the client? If I open this one, see, whenever you are logging into the system, you need to give the client number. Which system you are in, whether you are in development system or quality system, will be known to you. If you give, it will give the details here. Okay. If it is a real-time system and if it is having three environments, it will be written here whether you are working on development system or quality or production, it will be known to you here. The client number will be here. So if you look at this sheet, 1 minute, let me close all these things. Yeah. There is a golden client. Okay, and there is a development client. The current project that I am working, this is their landscape. Golden client means where you will be doing as a functional consultant, where you will be doing all your configurations. Certain companies, certain clients who cannot afford to have a separate client for development, in those cases, the development also will be done in the golden client only. If the company's financial capacity is good, they can have one more client. The development will be separately handled in another client as development client. Okay. Whatever you develop here will be tested in the unit test client. Whatever you develop here will be tested in the unit test client. Those are the 3 clients which are there. You can see it here in the screenshot. Okay. Normally in project, none of the people from the business will have the access to golden client, or for that matter, development server, they will not have the access. Only the technical and functional consultants will have the access for your development server. Okay. Uday, are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And the next environment is your quality environment. Like any other software, the quality environment is the place where your SIT, system integration testing, and user acceptance testing, regression testing, all the testings will happen. System integration testing is this one. I told you, na, when you are testing the thing, for example, you have developed for example, let us assume that we have developed our SAP environment for Hindustan Unilever. A customer has placed the order. If the material is not available case, then whether the alert will go to the transportation planning department or not, we will check. This is one scenario. If the material is not available, whether the alert is going for PP or not, we will check. This is the another scenario. If the PP is having the raw material, how much time will it take to confirm is it working as expected or not? We'll check. This is the second scenario. And the third scenario is if raw material is not available, then we will check whether the purchase requisition or purchase order is going to the vendor or not. If vendor confirm the date, again the same thing is hitting back to PP or PP department to commence the production or not. If the product is produced, whether the QM team got the alert or not to check the quality procedure completion. All these things will be tested. This is called as system integration testing. Whether the system is perfectly integrated or not will be tested in the SIT. The SIT will happen in the quality environment. The SIT will happen in the quality environment. And similarly, once the SIT is done, then we will tell the users that was whatever the configurations and customizations you ask for, all your business needs are configured in your system. Then now we can do the UAT, user acceptance testing. We can do it. Okay, we will do the user acceptance testing, and if user is happy, he will sign on UAT. Then we will be moving the changes to production. Okay. If the user is not happy with some of the changes, if he suggested for some changes, then where can we do that changes as per your understanding? In quality environment, we have done the UAT, user is not happy, or else in system integration testing, certain things are not working as expected. Where you do the correction as per your understanding, where can you do the correction? The correction again will be done in your development environment only. And whatever you corrected in the development environment, those things you will be moving to your quality environment. How it will be done? To do that one, there is a process called as TR moment, transport request moment. There is one thing called as import. There is another thing as transport. Okay. We'll be discussing about all that one again and again. Okay, the import will happen. When you want to move certain changes within the same environment. We will do the import. For example, in this example, I told that for standard configurations, we will be doing it in the golden client. If I want these whatever changes that I've done in the golden client to be applicable in the unit test client, then I need to do import. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then
Getting it.
Import. The import will be done by using a transaction code called as SCC1. Let me show you the transaction code. Whatever we are discussing, whatever you are seeing in the screen, the same thing you can see it in the transaction code. Oh, the client is locked for data input. Okay, this client is locked. Let me open ECC system and show it to you. Because See, whatever you are seeing here, okay, is it matching? The start immediately, schedule in the background job, include requests, include subtask, all these things. This is the SCC1 transaction code. There is a new transaction code, SCC1N also is there, but the SCC1 will be the one which can be used in. You will be understanding all these things. You will be understanding all these things once we start working it, how the TR can be created, all those things we will be understanding during the class starting. Okay. For example, where the TR, where I closed this, sorry. I would have not closed this one. Where is this? Landscape. There is something called as landscape. Yeah. We are talking about TR number, transport request number. How the transport request number will come is, for example, this is the easy access screen, which is used by the users. There is a screen called customizing screen, where the consultant will be doing the configuration, the SPRO screen. If you go here, for example, if I create something as part of master data, if I want to create something, let me create something. For example, I want to create some customer group. Okay. Let us assume that MT, modern trade. It got the limitations in terms of number of characters. It got the limitations. It will not take more than these characters. Okay. If I have to save this in the system, then the system will ask for where you want me to save. My dear friend, you are asking me to configure something where I need to save. The system will be asking. If you want to save it in the existing, the system by default will propose the last saved TR. Since I'm saving all the things in this TR when I'm teaching to other batches, the system is proposing this one. If I am willing to save in the same TR, I can do it. Whereas in real time, whenever you are working, when you are configuring different things, you need to save under different TRs. Okay, how that can be done? I'm trying to create one customer group, isn't it? Okay. Do you remember? I tried to create one customer group called as empty. Okay. Whatever I am trying to configure, I need to save it somewhere. And the purpose of saving it somewhere is to move the same changes from development environment to quality. That is the purpose we will be creating the TR. The way to create the TR is when anywhere if you find white paper like this with the right tab folded, it is like to create request. Okay. Here the basis team will be given the numbers and all. You need to give the description. Demo given in the evening. Just I'm giving some random description. Okay. See, whatever I have description I have given, it has come here and system has proposed one transport request number. Whenever you are working in real time, you need to, whatever you configured in the system, you need to save this transport request number and description in Excel sheet for the future purpose. Let me save this transport request here. Okay, let me save this transport request here. For example, if I want to create some other thing, if I want to create AP sales district as AP001, okay, something I'm creating it. When I try to save this one, see what TR system proposed. Hello.
Yes, sir, got it, sir.
Okay, the system will propose the old save TR. So anything you are configuring it, any configuration changes you are making in SAP need to be stored under a transport request. The purpose of the transport request is to move those configuration changes from development environment to quality and from development environment to production. The transport will not be moved from quality. The transport will be moved from development only, development to quality. Once the entire testing is done, again from development to production directly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if you find the transport request description here, it is showing as customizing request. There are two kind of transport request. One is your customizing request and another one is your workbench request. One is your customizing request and workbench request. What is workbench request? Workbench request is cross-client. All the configurations that is done by the Uday garu మీరు అడిగారు కదా ABAPers work చేసేది ఏంటి? Whatever configurations, whatever the programs developed, whatever the customizations done by the ABAP team, those details will be stored in the workbench request. Workbench request meaning is, the meaning of workbench request is, for example, in the development environment, we are saying that the golden client is 100 and the development client is 200. If they develop something in the development client 200, if ABAPer makes some changes in the development client 200, it will be visible in unit test client, it will be visible in golden client also, without doing this SEC1 transaction code. Okay. The workbench request is cross-client. It will, once you make the changes in one client in one environment, it will be applicable for all clients in the same environment. That is called as workbench request. Okay. Are you clear?
Yeah.
So this is about the landscape and how the things will be moved. Any doubts, anything you want to know? Let me stop the record. Whenever you are trying to add new server details to the SAP GUI logon pad, the 770 is the latest version of the logon pad. Okay, you will get the link to download this logon pad into your machine from the service provider who will provide the connection to you. Once you install the logon pad on your desktop, you need to go here, and not only on the logon pad, wherever you find this icon in SAP, the white paper folded on the right side top, wherever you find this icon in SAP, it means that this icon is used to create the new thing. Whether it is a logon pad, adding a new connection on the logon pad, or when you are trying to create some transaction data or master data, wherever you find this icon is to create new. And similarly, this icon is to create the edit the existing ones. For example, this is the connection that is there on my system. If I want to edit the details, this is the server which I am having. If I want to edit the details, this button, this icon represents edit. This icon represents deletion. Okay, if you want to delete something, you can delete it by using this one. For example, I am trying to add a new dummy connection. Let me click on creating a new. Okay, you need to go to the next. Once you go to the click on the next screen, you will get this one. Here you need to enter your application server instance number and system ID. Okay, 99% of the ID systems are custom application server only. If you go to this drop down, you will be finding one more thing, group or server selection. But 99% systems are custom application servers only. You need to give your server details. For example, the server details can be can be numeric values, or completely alphabets, or combination of alphabets and numerics. It all depends. Okay, for example, if this is my application server details, and instance number. Instance number here, you need to give the number only. You cannot give your alphabets. Okay. And system ID. Let us assume that my system ID. All these details will be provided to you by the service provider. Once you enter your application server details and system ID, the system will take the description as the combination of this. If you want to give your new description, you can give your new description. Okay. And you can click on next. You can click on next and you can click on finish. See the new connection added, the test. This is the server that has been added. But is it a valid one? It is not a valid one. Just I try to show it to you. If I try to open the invalid server, see the host name is unknown. Like this, the error will come. Okay. So if I want to edit something, I can go here and edit. If I want to delete it, I can use this and delete. This is how you will be adding the new connection details. Whenever you are trying to log in into the system, for example, you added the new server details to the system. If you want to log in, you need to click on this one and go here. You will be finding the client number, user ID and password. User ID and password will provided to you by the service provider. Okay, you need to give your user ID and password. This client number have an important role. Okay, when you are working in real time, there will be development environment you will be working, quality environment you will be working, and production also. Production you may not be working, development and quality you will be working in these two environments. So in one environment there could be multiple clients. The purpose of having multiple clients, you will be able to understand once we go into the discussion, you will be able to understand. Okay, the purpose of having multiple clients is when you are configuring something in real time, when you are configuring something, there will be two type of things. As a functional consultant, you will be experiencing two type of things. One is, as a functional consultant, you will do certain configurations. And you will be working on some of the enhancements or other things along with the developer. Those are called customizations. Customization means for any of the business requirement, there will not be a standard solution in SAP. There may not be a standard solution in SAP. If the standard solution is not there in SAP, you will be enhancing the SAP as per the business requirement with the help of developer. In those situations, the developer will do certain customization. Developer means ABAP guy. He will do certain customizations. Whether you do a configuration or customization, it has to be tested before. It has to be tested before you are moving it to production. So in real time, when you are working, your development environment will be having a minimum of 3 clients. One client, the configuration where you will do all the configurations is called as golden client. This is customization client. This normally will be used by the ABAPer, and there will be a unit test client. There will be a unit test client. So to differentiate between different requirements, the client number will be useful. Okay, the client number will be useful. If the client number starts with 8, if it is 800, this client will be used for training in real time when you are in the projects. Okay, SAP standard client number, if it starts with 8, it will be used for training. If it starts with a 000, if the client number is 000, then that is the original software received from SAP. Okay, when whoever is implementing SAP nowadays in S4HANA, there are two ways of implementing it. One is, we'll call it as on-premise. On-premise means we'll be placing the server at the at the client premises, and the data will be stored in the servers. That is on-premise. And another one is cloud. So here, like this, you will be getting it. So you need to give your user ID and password. This is my user ID, and you need to enter your password. See, you should not try to attempt it with wrong password or unknown password for 3 times. If you do it for 3 times, it will be blocked automatically. Again, you need to force to uh, approach the service provider. Okay. This is the initial screen. Whenever you log in into SAP, whether you are working in real time or you are working in test environment where you are using the ID system, training environment, you will be getting this screen. Screen is called as easy access screen. Basically, this screen is used for all transactional purpose. Okay, all transaction purpose. This screen will be used by the end user. As a consultant, to do the customizations, you will be using the SPRO screen that I will show you little later. If you look at these icons, okay, for example, if you want to add one more session, you can click on here to create a new session, or you can place the cursor here and click on Control N to open the new, like you are doing it for your Excels and Words. The Control N functionality also works here. If you click on Control N, if you place the cursor here and do the Control N, you will be getting the new session. Okay, you can see this one. If you want to add one more session, this is also another way to open one more session. Okay. And if you want to change the color or something, you need to go here and click on options. Okay, you will be finding different things in the visual design. While practicing, I would advise all of you to use the SAP signature theme, which is user friendly. This is the initial theme which is used. Whenever you take in the new server and install GUI, normally you will be getting the other themes like Quartz theme. Yeah, Quartz theme. But I would advise you to start with signature theme initially, which will be useful, which will be user friendly. Okay, we will be discussing in this theme. If you want to change any of these themes, you can go here and make the changes. And if you want to change the font settings and other things, you can do it here. Okay, if you want to change the color settings, you can use the color settings here. And all this you can do it by clicking here on the GUI options. Okay, if you want, let me show it again. We need to click here, click on options. Okay, if you want to, there are certain keyboard settings and other things you need to do it in the visualization one. Okay, what is the use of this one? I will, for example, in a drop down, there are multiple options with numbers 01, 02, 03, 04 like that. If you don't have this control showcase within drop down list, it will show you the key and it will show you the description and it will show you in sequence. If you unclick this one, it will not show in the sequence. For example, let me show it to you. I'm trying to create the material master. Okay, I'm trying to create one material. If I go here, the industry sector, it will be showing it in the alphabetical order. You can see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, then A, B, C, D. Okay, up to Z it is showing. For example, if I go here and remove, similarly, just before going there, let me show you this one. Okay, here you will be seeing the code. These are the material types. These are the material type code and the material type description you are able to see. For example, if I go here and make the changes in the interaction design, if I remove this one, okay, apply, then open the new session. Okay, I have gone back. If I try to create the material master now, you can see that. If I go here, see, are you able to see the initial code for the industry sector? Earlier we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4. That you are unable to see. Similarly, for material type also, you are not able to see the material types. Okay, whenever you face that kind of these kind of issues while working, just you go here check these things. Go to the visualization one and make sure that these are the other functionalities which if you want to use, there are other things also. If you want to use, you can use it, or else I would advise you not to waste your time initially on all these things. Okay, if let us start with the themes and use SAP signature theme, and then in the visualization one, if you have problems in getting the code and description in any metal code, metal type code and description and other things, just you make sure that these both these fields are checked in the controls. There are other icons which are there in the system. The purpose of all these icons is this icon is to create new. Okay, and let me go back. Yeah. In any screen, this binocular means Control F. If you want to find something, you will be using this screen. For example, I am going to the customizing screen. Okay, customizing screen. I don't know where the sales and distribution node is. If I want to find, simply I can type whatever I want to check. If you want to find something, you can use this one. Okay, this is find, and the other icon is find next, and the other icon is find next. If multiple things are there, if you want to find out, find next. And these are the, if any information is there in multiple pages in the screen, this screen talks about if you want to go to the previous page, you will be using this icon. If you want to go to the next page, you will be using this icon. If you want to go to the last page, you will be using this icon. If you want to go to the very first page, you will be using this icon. And if you want to know the system date and time, you can come here in the easy access screen. You will be finding something called system. In the many of the transaction screens also, you will be finding the same. Okay, if you click on the status, you will be getting at what time we logged in into the system, what is the system time, okay, what was the previous login time, all these details will be coming. Okay. And once you come here, if you want to know what system you are using, whether it is on-premise or cloud, which version you are using, you can see all these details are here. We are into SAP ERP 6.0 and the EHP package is 7, EHP 7. Okay. And if you want the component information, you will be finding all these details here. What is the installed product versions and other things, you will be finding it here under the system system. In the menu bar, you will be finding the system, and the system you will be able to find out all these things. If you want to find out the user profile and other things, you will be using it here. Okay. And for many of the transaction like creating sales order and customers and other things, there will be a transaction code and there will be a path also. We will be discussing about all the transaction codes and path in the coming days. Before, okay, how to use these icons and other things, you will be understanding going forward while when you are performing actual configurations or when you are performing actual transactions, you will be understanding each and everything. Okay. The first and foremost thing, whenever you are implementing SAP in any company, the first and foremost thing that you need to do is you need to have your enterprise structure. You need to create your enterprise structure. Okay, you need to create your enterprise structure. What is the necessity of creating enterprise structure, and who will be working in real time when you are implementing a new project to any of the company? Who will be working initially? All these details we will be discussing starting from now. Is there any questions as of now? Are you there? You guys are there?
Okay.
Hello. Is there any questions I am asking? If no questions, you just tell me.
No, it's clear.
Okay, okay, fine. So whenever you are implementing SAP, the first person who will be working on creating the enterprise structure is okay. The first person who will be creating an enterprise structure is your FI consultant. Your FI consultant will be working. Okay, in reality, to do any business, to establish any business, what is the basic thing that is required? To start any business, what is the first thing that is required? We require capital. Okay, isn't it? We require capital. Money we require. So the FI consultant is the first person who will be working. There will be different organizational elements which will be created as part of your enterprise structure. But why do we require all these? Why do we require all these things? Why do we require all these things? Okay, if you want to understand in from that perspective, for example, there will be different customers who are associated with your business. Okay, whenever you are trying to add any customer, whenever you are trying to add any customer, that customer, we need to have certain specifications like that customer belongs to which say there are that customer belongs to which sales organization, which distribution channel, and there are division. There are many other organizational elements also there. The customer needs to be segregated based on those elements. So the key organizational elements that we will be creating as part of enterprise structure is the first one is company code, and the next one is plant. In real time, the person who is responsible to create the company code is the first person responsible. FPR means first person responsible. FI consultant will be creating the company code, and consultant will be creating the plant. Okay. After creating these two things, there are the other organizational elements which has to be created by you as a SD consultant. Okay. Those organizational elements are you will be creating sales organization, distribution channel, you'll be creating a division. Okay. And there are other organizational elements like your shipping point. I will tell you one by one, a detailed description I will tell you. These are some of the organizational elements that we will be creating as part of our enterprise structure. But why do we require all these organizational elements? If you are creating something means, why do we require that one? Is it sensible, or you need to understand now why do I create the sales organization? Why do I create distribution channel? Why do I create a division? The reason why you will be creating all these organization elements is okay. The reason why you will be creating all these organizational elements is now we are in ECC system. You can see this one, we are in ECC system. Okay, the transaction code to create the customer master. If you want to create any customer into your, if you want to add any customer to your business, the transaction code that will be used to create the customer master is there is a transaction code which will be used to create the customer master, that is XD01. Okay. When you observe the screen, what is that you observed in the screen? Can someone unmute and tell me? Hello, you guys are there? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that you are able to see here?
So it's related to some of the customer details, completely regarding their organization, the distribution, and their references.
Whenever you are trying to add a new customer to your business, whenever you means the user in real time, the user will be creating the customer master and other things. As a consultant, you will not be creating, but you will be configuring all these things. How to do the configuration and all, I will tell will be understanding in the coming days. But to create any customer in SAP, there are certain things that are required. If you look at here, the company code, is it one of the enterprise structure elements we discussed or not? This is one. Okay. And another one is your sales area. Sales area, under sales area, you will be finding sales organization, distribution channel, and division. These are the organizational elements. These are the three. The combination of your sales organization, distribution channel, and division is called as sales area. So if you want to create a customer into your system, you need to specify under which company code you want to create that customer and under which sales area you want to create that customer. You want to specify. The user has to specify. Since the user has to specify all these things, as a consultant, we will be configuring based on the business requirement. We will discuss with the business and how many company codes they want, how many sales organization, distribution channel they want. All those things we will be configuring as part of enterprise structure. As part of enterprise structure. This transaction, creating customers and other creating material, all these transactions will be used by the end user. But as a consultant, we should know how to create customer. What are the different fields that are there in the customer master? Before doing all these things, the first thing that we should do is to establish your enterprise structure in the SAP system. Okay, what is the base to establish the enterprise structure means? Whenever you are implementing the project, when you interacted with the business users, they will tell how the business is happening as of now and how the business wants to be, how the business they want to be in future. They will be discussing. Based on that, your FI consultant will be able to understand how many company codes has to be created, and consultant will be able to understand how many plants are required. They will do it. Once they do it, as a SD consultant, you should know what is sales organization, what is distribution channel, what is division, and for what purpose it will be used, how the sales area can be formed. All these details you should know. Okay. Practically, we will be doing the system. We will be doing all these things in system in a little while. But before doing it practically, let us try to understand what is sales organization. Let us try to understand what is sales organization. For company code, we will go a little later. First, you understand your core thing. Okay, sales organization. It is an organizational unit which is responsible for all sales services that happen in the company or it is an organizational unit where the strategic decisions related to sales will be taken, or it is the organizational unit where we find a director, sales VP, sales, etc. Okay, the SD consultant is responsible to define sales organization in SAP. Sales organization is a 4-digit code. So this is about the description. But practically, if you want to understand what is sales organization, for example, can you name any of the companies that you are aware? Any company? Hello, guys. Please be participant.
Yeah, we go Tata Motors.
Yeah, very good. Tata Motors. As per your understanding, Tata Motors having its business presence in which, can you name few of the countries where it's having their business presence? It got presence across the globe, but you can name few countries. Obviously, in India, they are having their business, isn't it? Hello.
Yes.
In Sri Lanka, they are having their business. If you take neighboring countries, okay, in Singapore, they are having their business. In Malaysia, you will be able to find the Tata vehicles, Tata Motors vehicles. Let us assume that it got presence across many countries, but let us assume that it got the presence in these neighboring countries. So if the Tata Motor has to do the business with the customers, with their distributors or dealers, through these dealers only, they will be able to sell it to the end customers. Will they fix the price, same price in India, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Malaysia?
No.
No.
No. The first thing is no. Even if they fix the same price also, will the tax structure and other things will be same in all the countries?
So those differ
No.
completely.
It differs. Okay, it differs. To do the business in all these countries for Tata Motors, they may require some export license and other things. To do the business in India, they definitely do not require any export license because they are manufacturing here and they are selling here. So they do not require any licenses. So to differentiate the business strategies, to differentiate the business strategies, to differentiate pricing and other things, they require the sales organization basically. For example, if you look at all these countries, the similarities, all these countries belongs to Asia. Okay. APAC. If we assume that the business, the Tata Motors business is there in Sweden, Denmark, UK, then all this we can specify it as EU, European Union, isn't it? If they have their business in, if the Tata Motors having their business in USA, Canada, Mexico, then we can call it as the North American region. Okay, like this, to differentiate between your business, to handle your different business requirements, you can have multiple sales organization. You can have multiple sales organization. Okay. This is why you will be having the different sales organization. Then what is the distribution channel? The meaning of distribution channel is how your product is reaching to the customer. If someone has done his MBA, you will be hearing that the distribution channel, 4 P's of marketing: product, placement, promotion, and price. The placement is nothing but your distribution channel. Okay. So let us take the example of the bath soap that we are using on a daily basis. So what are the different ways and means of getting bath soaps? If you take Santur, the Wipro is coming and selling to someone like Someone who is there in Hyderabad, the Wipro company is selling it directly to you?
No,
No. So if you want to buy Santur, what are the different ways and means you will be finding?
from the stores nearby.
Nearby Kirana stores which are nearby your home, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay. From some of the modern trade stores like your Reliance Retail, okay, Metro, like that you will be finding in the modern trade, isn't it?
yes.
What are the other ways and means to get the soap?
Nowadays, you're getting through online also, like Swiggy,
Yes.
Instamart, or
All those
e-commerce.
online portals are called as e-commerce. Okay. These are the three different ways and means. If you go to the, since many of you are from Hyderabad, you may feel that these are the three ways and means. But if you go to the 1K population, 1 lakh population towns or towns like that, there you will be finding some wholesale shops also, where they will be offering some 1 or 2% discount if you buy it on bulk. Okay, you will be finding this from these outlets also. You will be able to buy it. So, as a manufacturing unit, Wipro is manufacturing Santur soap, but you are able to get Santur soap from different sources. If you want to buy that Santur soap, obviously you will not be going to Wipro company and buying it. You will be buying it from different sources. These different sources are called as different distribution channels. The purpose of having different distribution channels is the purpose can be many. The purpose can be having the different pricing. The purpose can be having the different strategy. Okay. Does any one of you bought Coke or any product, any of the soft drink of Coke company from any modern trade store?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the size that you bought? So
I
let me
recently bought it at bottles.
PET bottles. Okay. Let me tell you how they will operate. They will be having the specific product sizes, specific product sizes for modern trade stores. For example, there will be a 750 ml PET bottle, which is available in modern trade. But that 750 ml will not be available in your Kirana stores or wholesale stores. Okay, specific products, the distribution channel can be used to uh, propose the specific product for certain specific set of customers. That is the other purpose the distribution channel can be used. It can be used for product, it can be used for price, or it can be used for any of the other things. That is that is the purpose of the distribution channel. And the purpose of division is, for example, if you take companies like HUL, Hindustan Unilever, can someone name the product that we are using? So the next organizational element is division. The next organizational element is division. If you take the case of HUL, can you tell me some of the products that we are using in our daily life of HUL? You will be finding to wash clothes and other things. You will be finding Surf Excel, okay, which is a detergent powder. You will be finding this detergent brands with the name Rin. You will be finding many bath soap like Hammam, Lux, Pierce. Okay, you'll be finding the tea brands, Taj Mahal. Okay, coffee brew. You'll be finding some of the jams like Kisan fruit jam and other thing, and you will be finding. Okay, these are the different products that you are finding. You are finding shampoos with the multiple brands, Clinic Plus, Dove, and other things. Does all these products that I have noted down here, does all these products are similar? The usage or the purpose of all these products are similar? Hello.
Yes, it's not.
It's not similar. Okay, the
It's a
purpose
different.
is different. The manufacturing facilities could be different. See, wherever you are manufacturing your detergents, you may not be manufacturing your bath soaps. Okay, wherever you are manufacturing detergents, you may not be manufacture your foods. These are all food things. So the division is an organizational element which we can use to bifurcate different product range that any company manufactures. Okay, can we club all these two things and put it as the detergent division? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Detergent division. Can we club it as something like bath soap division or something like personal care division? This is also, we can name it as personal care division. Okay, similarly, your deodorant and other things, many things are there which belongs to your personal care division. Can we call it as can we call this product as for food division? There are multiple food products that are there that are manufactured by HUL. You'll be finding something like Dalda, Vanaspati. You will be finding many things in Kisan. You will be finding some noodles brands and other things. All these can be grouped as food division. So the division is used to bifurcate your product range basically. And the division can be used in terms of if you go to the other modules for storage and other things also, this division will be useful. You cannot, if anyone is in the business or if anyone worked in sales or in any of these companies which manufacturers detergents and bath soaps, you will be able to know that you cannot keep soaps and detergents put together. If you go to any of the modern trade stores, you will be able to see that one. They will be keeping it distant. You will never find in any of the modern trade stores keeping your bath soaps and detergent together. Okay. The division can be used. The division can be used to differentiate in the storage systems and other things. There are certain other organizational elements which are related to AST. That is your sales office and sales group. These are the optional ones. Okay, these are not that much important. These are not that much important. Sales office and sales group. In some companies will be using it, and some companies will not be using it. Sales office is a physical entity. If you take this example, Tata Motors, they have their business across different countries. For Indian sales operations, which contributes majority of their business, they will be having a sales office. For exports, they will be having a different sales office. Okay, sales office is a physical entity where the orders will be collected from the customer, where the billing will happen to the customer, all those sales related transactions will happen, and where the top people who is heading the sales will be sitting and operating. And sales group. Sales group, it's a group of people within a sales office working for different activities. Okay. The best example in a HDFC bank has 5 different sales activities like CASA, personal loan, home loan, vehicle loan, and miscellaneous loans. If you go to the loans department in HDFC bank, there will be different. You will be finding different loan departments who will take care of different activities. All those different things you can bifurcate into different sales groups. These 5 organizational elements: sales organization, distribution channel, division, sales office, sales group. SD consultant is solely responsible to create all these organizational elements. How to create these organizational elements, what is the path and other things we'll be discussing starting from tomorrow. There are 2 other organizational elements also which are there. which are very important from SD consultant perspective. One of them is your shipping point. Okay. What is shipping point? So let us take the case of HUL, Hindustan Unilever, where they will be having the operations of Hindustan Unilever in countries like India, or for that matter, any APAC countries. They're having their operations like they will be having the distributors across the country, located from some 1 lakh population towns and upwards. In all bigger locations, they will be having their distributors. The distributors will buy it from the company and they will sell it to the nearby. They will supply it to the nearby outlets, whether it is a Kirana store or wholesale store, whatever it is. They will be selling it there. So, if we assume that the HUL manufacturing unit is in Mumbai, the manufacturing unit is in Mumbai. Okay. The customer in Hyderabad, the distributor in Hyderabad places the order. Then in the Mumbai plant, how the stock will be reached from Mumbai to Hyderabad?
Logistic. Yeah.
Yes, there may be a permanent service provider for them to supply the stocks, or they may have their own trucks and other things. Okay. Whenever a customer places the order in your
Krishnan,
plant,
actually your voice is breaking.
is it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, your voice is breaking, Krishnan. It looks same.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Then whenever there is a physical movement of goods is involved, whenever there is a physical movement of goods is involved, to load and unload goods, we require some place to load and unload goods. For example, if we assume that the Hindustan Unilever plant is there in Mumbai, where they manufacture all these products, okay, to send these goods to any of the customer who is there in Hyderabad or Vijayawada or Bombay or any Chennai or any other place, if they want to send it to the customer, what is the first thing that they need to do? They need to load it at their plant. Okay, the place where the loading unloading happens is nothing but your shipping point. The shipping point is a place which is located in the plant, okay, and where the loading and unloading of goods will happen. And the next one is storage location. The name itself will specify. The place where we store the material is nothing but your storage location. These are the organizational elements which are important to create from SD consultant perspective. Once you create the organizational elements, you will be assigning it. And there are two important organizational elements which you will not be creating in real time. But when you are practicing, you need to create these organizational elements. One is your company code and another one is your plant.
Hello. Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
Is it? Give me a minute. Let me stop.